Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Candace Cameron Bure has always been a familiar name in households across the world. From her iconic role as DJ Tanner to her reign as the beloved Queen of Hallmark, she's built a legacy filled with family values, warmth, and timeless entertainment. But this time, the spotlight wasn't on her professional accomplishments. It was on a deeply personal, unforgettable moment, her daughter Natasha's wedding. A day filled with laughter, happy tears, and every ounce of beauty a celebration of love should hold. Candace, who has devoted so much of her life to creating memories for audiences, became the radiant something blue for her daughter on this once-in-a-lifetime occasion, and it's a story that continues to touch hearts everywhere. The wedding was not just another glamorous event. It was a gathering that celebrated tradition, family bonds, and the unique connection between mother and daughter. Natasha, stepping into her new life, had every detail carefully thought out, but like many brides, she leaned on her mother for guidance, reassurance, and emotional support. What stood out most wasn't the flowers, the decor, or even the gown, but the symbolic role Candace played when she fulfilled the timeless wedding superstition of something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Candace herself embodied the something blue, a gesture so tender and so full of meaning that it instantly became the emotional highlight of the day. Imagine the moment. Natasha, stunning in her bridal attire, glowing with anticipation, takes one last look before walking down the aisle. But instead of searching for comfort in a borrowed veil or a shiny accessory, her eyes rest on her mother. Candace, dressed elegantly in blue, became not just a witness but a symbol of continuity, of blessing, of love passed from one generation to another. It wasn't just about a color. It was about presence, memory, and the kind of bond only a mother and daughter can truly understand. The wedding itself was described as nothing short of gorgeous, and from every angle, it radiated beauty. Friends and family gathered in awe of Natasha's poise, her elegance, and the way she carried herself with joy. The ceremony wasn't designed to dazzle with excess, but rather to highlight authenticity and intimacy. Candace's choice to be Natasha's something blue added depth and emotional significance to what was already an unforgettable day. This wasn't a traditional accessory to check off a list, but a living, breathing reminder that family is always present, guiding and supporting through every milestone. What makes this gesture even more powerful is Candace's history as a mother. She has been outspoken about raising her children with faith, values, and strength. Watching Natasha step into her own marriage, Candace couldn't have chosen a more meaningful way to express her love. While some might rely on trinkets to symbolize old traditions, Candace turned herself into that very tradition. She was not only a guest or a parent, but a pillar woven into the fabric of her daughter's happiness. This moment revealed not just a celebration of marriage, but a celebration of motherhood, legacy, and faith. Guests couldn't help but notice the touching gesture. The sight of Candace in blue wasn't just aesthetically pleasing. It was deeply moving. Many whispered about how fitting it was, considering her long-standing reputation for embracing family above all else. In a world where celebrity weddings can often turn into spectacles, this decision grounded the ceremony in authenticity. Instead of extravagant gimmicks, there was a simple, pure acknowledgement of love. The symbolism of Candace's role created an atmosphere where everyone present understood that this was not just another wedding, but a memory that would be retold for years to come. And what about Natasha? The bride herself could not have asked for a more personal gesture. To stand at the beginning of a new chapter and know that her mother had literally clothed herself in tradition, standing as her symbolic protector and supporter, is something few brides experience. Natasha's smile, her tears, and the way she clung to her mother's presence all proved just how powerful that choice was. It wasn't simply about style or formality. It was a mother's way of saying, I am here always in every color, in every tradition, in every part of your story. Candace has spoken many times about how proud she is of Natasha, describing her as talented, grounded, and fiercely independent. But this wedding revealed the softer, more emotional side of their relationship. Even as Natasha grows into her own woman, Candace's role remains irreplaceable. The symbolism of being her daughter's something blue sent a message that even as Natasha builds her marriage, the foundation of her family will always stand behind her. It's a gentle reminder that love doesn't fade. It transforms, adapts, and continues to shine in new ways. As the ceremony unfolded, the setting itself seemed to echo this theme. The decor carried subtle elegance, weaving together colors that emphasized serenity and joy. Candace's blue stood out like a promise, a visual cue that tradition had not been lost in the glamour of the day. For many in attendance, it was a reminder of the balance between modern celebrations and the old customs that connect us to our roots. This balance, handled so effortlessly by Natasha and Candace, made the wedding a template for how love and tradition can coexist beautifully. But what makes the story resonate far beyond the wedding itself is the way people relate to it. Mothers everywhere who watched this unfold could see themselves in Candace's gesture. Brides who dream of their own wedding days now imagine how they might honor their parents in ways beyond the ordinary. It became a universal story, transcending fame or celebrity, and landing squarely in the hearts of anyone who values family bonds. Candace and Natasha's moment reminded the world that weddings are not just about unions between couples. They are also about the legacies that precede them, the families that nurture them, and the values that sustain them. Throughout the reception, there was a noticeable aura surrounding mother and daughter. Every speech, every laugh, every embrace carried the subtle glow of that earlier decision. Guests later shared that they couldn't stop thinking about it. The visual of Candace in blue, beaming with pride, sitting as both a witness and a cornerstone of her daughter's happiness. These are the moments that photographs will capture, but memories will treasure even more. Candace's presence in blue stitched itself into the fabric of the day, ensuring that when Natasha looks back on her wedding, her mother's love will be impossible to separate from the joy she felt. For those who have followed Candace Cameron Bure's journey in Hollywood, this moment felt especially poignant. Here is a woman who has played countless roles, entertained millions, and stood as a figure of positivity and entertainment, yet her greatest role shined brightest in her daughter's wedding. She wasn't the actress, the Hallmark star, or the public figure. She was simply a mother, proud, present, and radiant. The fact that her presence doubled as the something blue elevated the entire occasion into something that transcends tradition, making it uniquely theirs. Even beyond the wedding day, this story will continue to inspire. Natasha will carry these memories into her new life, drawing strength from the knowledge that her mother's love was stitched directly into her wedding day. Candace's choice reflects the kind of legacy that outlives ceremonies and headlines. It's a legacy of love, intentionality, and making every detail matter. And for Candace herself, she will always know that on her daughter's most important day, she gave her more than advice, more than support. She gave her a piece of herself, a role in tradition, and a memory that will never fade. Candace Cameron Bure's presence as Natasha's something blue at the wedding was more than symbolic. It was a living declaration of family devotion. While weddings can often be defined by grand gestures and luxury details, this one will be remembered for a simple act of love. It stands as a reminder that traditions live on not through objects, but through the people who make them meaningful. And for Natasha, her marriage began not just with vows and celebration, but with her mother's love stitched directly into her story. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.